Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Umbaglo, and with me once again is...
Mechalomaniac, hello internet.
Good day. So today we have a supplementary episode because just this week Cryptic has released their Season 8.5 patch alongside the 4th anniversary. Um, 4th anniversary has its own special daily mission, and on top of that it also has a new featured episode which is pretty rad. But before we get to the new featured episode, I'll just talk about what the daily stuff is. So this year, Cryptic decided that instead of just giving away a ship for doing a mission like they did last year for the Temporal Ambassador, and for what they did later in the year for the work up to Season 8, um, they decided that the ship that they were going to make for this anniversary was going to have a little bit more behind it. It was going to be a little bit fancier. As a result, they require players to go through just a little bit more work in order to get their free ship this time. The way they're doing it is it's going to be another reputation setup, just like it was, just like the winter event and the summer event. Except this time it is a 25-day period, but because the featured episode mission will give you 400 the first time you complete it, you only need to do the daily mission 15 out of the 25 days. Uh, and I'm just going to show off what the daily mission here is.
I've already done it today, so
Yeah,
I can't really join him.
I didn't bother to do it on my main captain today because I knew I was going to record. So basically, what's going on?
I completely forgot.
Yeah. So basically, what's going on is Q is hosting a party for himself to celebrate the anniversary of Star Trek Online, and he wants to invite little bits of his consciousness to the party because who else is going to show up, honestly? In fact, even his own bits of consciousness don't want to go to the party. So we need to track them down here in. Close that. So we need to track down the little bits of himself here in. Oh, hey, there you are.
Hi.
Yeah, so we need to track down the bits of him here at Starfleet Academy, and then they will do one of two things. They will either do a shell game mini game, or they will run away,
And you have,
and
to,
you have
catch
to catch them.
The minigame's annoying.
The mini game is a little annoying. It
And
it
he'll show you why.
Yeah.
Because I could talk and completely disrupt his concentration during this whole thing, causing him to fail it. But
yeah. So it could be worse. Like you could not see the little Q guy flying between between the boxes, or how he just sort of kind of stays there sometimes when the boxes move. But at the same time, it's okay. Sometimes it is also a little difficult, and it's
yeah, sometimes it's just kind of like glitchy.
yeah. So.
But yeah, it's supposed to be that ball and cup thing.
Yeah.
By the way,
Balloons.
Party!
Yeah, one of the rewards for completing the daily mission is the party favor gun. Yeah, I already have one from previous years, so I'm pretty sure it's the same gun.
Probably.
The effect of that one looks a little different.
I don't know how there were also people dropping like balloon animals shaped like the Enterprise.
I think that's.
I'm guessing that's another one of the things in the boxes.
It could be that, or it could just be like random spawn from the gun. Because I remember last year's festive gun had the chance of giving that same had the chance of giving a basically a balloon animal starship.
Let's see.
Yeah. Maybe
Nothing so far.
it's just last year's gun. Like maybe this year's gun just doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alas.
So this one's running away. You see, we got the bar on how far it's going also seems to be buggy, because I've definitely seen some of the Q fragments uh, fail the chase when it's only half full.
A funny thing is in my experience doing this on the Klingon Academy, the runners are really stupid because they'll like run into a wall and stop.
I've had a few times where the Q bit has like transformed into a Tribble or a Horta, and he hasn't been able to run away far enough by the time I unroute, so I can just ram on the F key and grab him the moment I regain control of my captain.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one more. Like they had the same thing last year, as I recall. I don't think I had to do it every day though, because there definitely wasn't a reputation project associated with last year's stuff.
Yeah.
I think I just did it to get. You could choose to do it to get one of the unique gimmick items, which was like the balloon gun.
Yeah, well, the summer thing's the first time they did the reputation project
That's
for
right,
the
yeah.
ship, right?
Well, that's is the first time they did it as a reputation project. Previous year's um, winter event had the same thing, where you needed to build up 1,000 Q photos, but it wasn't done as a reputation project. You just needed to save up 1,000, and then you traded it to a guy as a currency. All right, so I
Yeah.
captured enough Q bits, so I'll just beam up to Earth space dock and turn this into Q. And while I'm here, I'll just show off a little bit of the decorations, the nice banners they got going on. And you know, I did a video of last year's anniversary stuff too.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, it just goes to show that this has been going on. I've been doing this series for a while now.
This is episode 48, barring any. Or, sorry, the one we just recorded was episode 48. Barring, those like 2 or 3 weeks where during the holidays where we just didn't do it.
Yeah. So when you turn it in, you get a bunch of anniversary commendations, and you can also get. Oh, I guess because the festive party horn is new. It says Mark IV on it too for 4th year, so
yeah, I noticed that.
Maybe we'll just get this one.
We'll just fill this area with balloons. Have a balloon party.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a new one. Because the description on it specifically says it is there is a twist.
Also, isn't this one of those things that we just fought in that Klingon mission?
Yep. And I didn't even know where he came from until now, because I've never done the Fekleri missions before, so I saw that these guys were here dancing for all the parties, and it's just like, I have no idea where these are from. Whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, so I might as well also just apply my commendations. I also forgot to
commendations are the best pun.
Yeah, that is a pretty great term. Alright, so now then, we are also going to go and do the new mission, A Step Between Stars.
Featuring Tim Russ as Tuvok.
Yes. It's a pretty nice mission, too. Unfortunately,
pretty cool.
Unfortunately, like the last few featured episodes, it is single player only.
Yeah, so you just get to hear my disembodied voice as he does stuff. But I'll be playing with him because I haven't done it on this character yet. I've been a bit more desperate to get on my Romulan because that science vessel is shiny.
Yeah, it is a nice mission.
As I mentioned in the last video we just did, Romulans have all 2 science vessels, maybe 3.
Right, so I've already done Step Between Stars on this character, so we're going to be redoing it. Basically, the story behind it is the Dyson Sphere Joint Alliance has found a station near the middle of the Solanae Dyson Sphere, basically orbiting the Sun at an incredibly close orbit, which is controlling the sphere's ability to basically jump in between locations. The way it does that is by basically burning omega particles. Unfortunately, the sphere is not in a good way at the moment, so if it were to try and actually do a jump, it would probably destroy subspace in large area around the sphere instead.
Which is bad.
Which is a real bad thing.
It would basically isolate the entire galaxy.
Pretty much.
The entire area of the galaxy that sphere's around.
Yeah. So the Voth
It's kind of funny because we haven't actually done anything involving the Dyson Sphere yet, have we?
Not in this series, no.
Yeah.
Because I intended to start doing it as part of endgame content.
Yeah. So hey, there's a Dyson Sphere. Spoilers.
Yeah. It was released as part of Season 8. And there's some real cool content associated with it. And the Voth, who are the guys that are fighting to take control of the sphere from the Joint Alliance, has discovered that control station and are trying to take command of it. And we don't want to let that happen.
We really don't.
So,
because they don't know how to handle omega particles.
Yeah.
And we do.
Well, I don't think we're not trying to take a hold of it. So
okay, we know not to handle omega particles.
Yeah, that is more accurate.
We'll mess with Borg tech. We'll mess with dozens of other things. We're not gonna fuck with omega particles.
That's right. In case folks didn't notice, I'm flying a really lovely Voth Bulwark flight deck cruiser. It looks so nice. The Voth ships that they added as part of Season 8 all look real nice. They're kind of annoying to fight, but they look real nice.
Yeah, I don't think you can see me, but I'm in that racing ship.
You're not here yet. I can see that you've gotten onto the map.
Where are you? Oh, I'll zoom just so people can see it, because... Okay, zoom too far. Stop. Accidentally activated the subspace.
Yeah.
Well, I can see you.
Yeah, you're a little far away for me to be able to put the camera on you well.
Well, you're a giant ship, that's why I can see
Yeah, that's also true.
Sec, once the slipstream ends...
I think you can just right-click the buff. Oh,
nope.
Strange.
Maybe I can left-click the buff. Anyway, I should be right in front of you.
I see ya.
Yep. I'm in my racing ship.
And the racing ship looks... The racing ship actually does look pretty nice, too.
Yeah, honestly, it looks vaguely like what you do is if you turned a pod racer from Star Wars.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a lot of nice-looking ships around here at the moment. Anyway, so let's start the featured episode.
Yay!
So, start off by beaming into Joint Command, which is just within the Dyson Sphere. The Dyson Sphere is... Where did they say it is? It's like at the border between the Alpha and Delta Quadrant.
Yeah, something
It's
like
pretty
that.
far
It's
out
pretty
there.
far
So
out there.
there's an Iconian gateway that is within the Tau Dewa sector, just outside of New Romulus. That basically it got
It got
yeah
activated back
when
during
we did
that last
when we did
feature
that
mission we did.
featured mission, it all the Iconian gateways reactivated, and this one, which was found not that far from where New Romulus is, leads to the Dyson Sphere. Um, so the Federation and the Klingons, and really the Romulans, put a force together to start investigating the Dyson Sphere, and discovered that there were Voth there. Go figure. Anyway, so talk to the chief logistics officer here, and go talk to the sub commander that is in charge of the station.
Please follow me to sub-commander.
I guess they let a Romulan lead it just because it's like right outside their home world.
Yeah, pretty much. They don't actually go into a lot of detail as to like why the structure of the Joint Command is the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like this mission has it has a little bit of the tension about the Alliance, but even when you do all the pre stuff for the Dyson Sphere, they never actually go into a lot of detail as to why the layout is the way it is. Like they say, hey, we've done this joint command, but they never really say why this sub commander is the one that's in charge of it.
That's because
Like,
this is Star Trek, not Babylon 5. Nobody wants politics.
yeah, it just is.
Nobody watched Babylon 5.
That's right.
Except me.
And also, they've got this mission also has a nice reference here to something that happens if you cap out the Dyson Sphere reputation. And he also, which also recaps some of the stuff that the cutscenes as part of capping out the Dyson Sphere reputation allude to. Anyway, the important thing is that there's a station that controls all the sphere jumps. That's basically right next to the sun. That's in the middle of the Dyson Sphere.
That surely won't be dangerous at all.
No, not one bit. And apparently, an Admiral Tuvok decided to go and lead a team to the station and try and disable it. And
Good
something
for him.
something went wrong.
Bad for him.
Whoever would have suspected that?
So, as an aside, you know what? Tuvok made Admiral, Janeway made Admiral. I'm willing to bet Harry Kim's still an ensign.
No, I'm pretty sure he has at least gotten to captain.
Oh, okay. Good.
I mean, at the very least, there is an alternate timeline where he is commanding his own ship.
Yeah, but that one then ceased to exist.
Well, yeah, it ceased to exist, but he still got it through merits that had nothing to do with how that alternate timeline came into being.
Yeah, I just find it funny because through the entirety of the show, Tom was lieutenant, got demoted, and then got re-promoted, and Harry Kim got jack all.
Yeah, that poor guy.
His life is pain.
I also find it amusing that in Memory Alpha, when they talk about the command that he gets, that the name of the ship that he commands is named after the smallest state in the U.S.
Rhode Island?
Yeah.
It's okay, we like you, Rhode Island. You're better than Jersey. You're better than Colorado, right?
So the important thing that's going on here is we've got representatives of the major, basically all of the flagship captains were just here in this room, and they are going to be leading a joint fight against a Voth armada that is trying to take over that station, while we go and infiltrate it to try and rescue Tuvok.
Mm-hmm. We're going to be the crack commando team.
Yep, which requires us to fly our ship right next to the sun.
Can handle it.
Which, yep, we can handle it.
I'm willing to bet they got us to do this just because, you know, we kind of saved Deep Space Nine from being occupied about 3 or 4 times.
I mean, I'm sure that's one of the reasons. And one of the great things as well is that when you get beamed onto the station to support Tuvok, your ship can't really handle the heat very that great, so your ship has to fly away and go and support the fleet, which means your ship is actually fighting an enemy on its own, which is something that's never happened in the game.
Nope.
Now,
I think it's implied to have been happening, maybe. Sometimes.
I don't think so, because like
like when you're on the Romulan prison planet, maybe.
Mm.
Or the gladiatorial arena thing. Maybe. But
like pretty much every time where there is the hint of, hey, there's enemy ships coming to attack us while you're in an away team, they always say, you gotta come back to the ship, we can't deal with this. Oh yeah, so I've got a Voth bridge officer, which is pretty cool.
Also, I actually didn't notice this before. If you wander around talking to the chief logistics officer while you're doing other stuff, is actually your crew.
Yes.
Or at least several of your bridge officers.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that the last couple times I did this.
Yeah, the first time I did it, I actually thought that it was fixed characters because the Voth bridge officer, which is the person that Subcommander Cole is talking about, was there. So I was thinking, oh, for some reason, this guy is also here on Joint Command, working for them and helping them out at the same time that he's on my crew. Okay, that's strange, but given that someone could be doing this without actually having finished unlocking him, okay, yep, that's something that I can see that making sense. But no, it actually, when I went and did this mission on my Romulan, and I noticed that the people that were there were actually my bridge officers, I was like, oh, wow, that's kind of interesting. All right, so here I am flying over a sun.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
All right.
You ever see the movie Sunshine?
I actually haven't.
Neither have I, but I hear that ended well.
All right, so we can't hail him because of the interference from the sun and all these solar flares. So we need to fly around and I'm flying a little too low. Need to fly around.
Do you actually get damage if you fly too low?
Yes. If you get too close to the sun, you start taking damage over time.
Nice.
There is no benefit to it, however.
Generally, no, there's no benefit to flying inside of the sun, aside from that one episode of TNG where they flew inside the sun.
Yeah.
Just that once.
And in Stargate Universe, the ship that they were flying on is actually powered by solar flares.
Okay, just those 2 times.
Yeah. Come on. I must have been flying through a flare.
So pretty.
And every time you activate one of these inhibitors, you get a pop-in from one of your bridge officers saying that something has gone offline. I like the
lights have gone
offline. It ranges from the mundane.
I didn't notice that.
It ranges from the mundane to the dangerous. Yeah,
like elevators have gone offline.
The first time I did this, the progression was we just lost a power coupling to. We just lost a warp drive to replicators have gone offline! Ah!
How will I have my tea?
Like, replicators!
By tea, I mean booze.
Replicators is the thing you're worried about.
Yeah, look, what do you care more about, life itself or booze?
Life?
Wrong answer. You fail.
No, I don't like alcohol.
Yeah, neither do I. But I said booze, not alcohol. There's a difference. Booze is what you call it when you're drunk.
Anyway, so now Now we can beam down to the station, and our ship can fly off and support the fleet.
Yep. So,
Greetings.
is there a third guy?
There is a third guy for me.
The man behind the
Okay.
Yeah, so there is actually a little bit of randomness in this mission, which is pretty cool. Also, I really want that guy's costume as well.
Allow me to
Oh,
No,
Eric Cooper's?
well, actually, I would like his as well.
plan of action.
Oh, the
Yeah,
other guys?
the Dyson captains.
The Dyson Captain?
Yeah, his uniform. I don't think it is a modification of an existing one, because it looks like it has the that little Dyson symbol on the shoulders.
Hmm.
I think it looks real nice.
Determine what is beyond the next door.
But yeah, so there are a few random bits to this mission. The fact that the Dyson captain is here is actually one of them. He can either
For
be
example,
here or
he's
not.
not there for me.
He's not there for you? Yeah.
He's not there for me. I got the other one.
West, where the Voth are, maintains the station's jump capabilities.
The other one being,
We reach the west control room
well,
and
you'll see in a minute.
more than the
Or
three of us
rather, I'll
Yeah.
tell you in a minute once the spoiler
Yeah.
thing happens.
would be certain. However, if we restore main power, we can use the station's
Yeah, so
automated defense
Tuvok's own ship is, while better able to handle the heat than our ship is still a prototype vessel, so it's not going to be able to provide us any support.
pressure and radiation generated by this sphere's star.
So we'll have to make our way to the generator room and repower the station so we can depower
Until they are
the teleportation stuff.
Ain't that just how it is? We have to turn everything back on to turn everything off.
Okay, so it's not he doesn't have the Dyson symbol on his shoulders, but those shoulder pads and the way that, because it's like a sci-fi trench coat. That
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
that is a really awesome uniform. I want to get that, and I don't know if they haven't released it yet. Maybe they will release it when they release the C-Store versions of the Science Destroyers.
Maybe.
Oh, and then he gets shot.
Yep. So, on mine, because I'm just going to describe this because it's obviously going to show it. There was no captain. You walk through the other room. There's an abandoned Voth battlesuit, which is like a small mech suit type thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's abandoned and not doing anything, and surely has no importance later in the mission.
Yeah. No importance at all.
I am not detecting the Voth that killed the captain. He is using cloak technology. Tactically, his best option
There's
is to
probably an
remain
option that doesn't really
to wait
matter a
for
whole
the
lot, like how you tell Tuvok to deal with Cooper, because he is a scaredy cat.
No, because whether or not the captain's there is determined as soon as you enter. So
Yeah, but like
it might be how you respond to like one of the other guys, or it might just be completely random.
The defenses in here.
well, it's just more like I don't think, like, even if you tell Tuvok to give him a phaser, I don't think that does anything.
It's done one thing so far because I did it this time.
Oh, did it?
When he freaks out
Oh, when you open the door.
when you open the door, he freaks out. He accidentally fires it.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. Yeah, because my other characters were like, yeah, I'm not gonna give him one because I've seen World War Z the movie, and in that, spoilers ahead, they give a scientist a gun, and not one scene later, he accidentally kills himself with it.
Whoops.
Yeah, nerds don't get guns. Sorry.
If I understand this correctly,
Well, now we're on this a very minor puzzle
the symbol up here. After the
where you basically need to make sure that you activate the consoles in the order that the center station says.
system will defend
And the timing is actually a little tight. Like, you got to be real careful about it.
trigger the system's defense.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Oh, but for me, thankfully, I got a good pattern. The first time I did this mission, it was a pattern that had me, it required me to go back and forth, so I wasn't able to get it in time. But this time it was just a straight line across the room,
Console is unlocked.
so I got the achievement that time.
Yay, Chivo.
Oh, powered the station back on, I get a beautiful view of the sun's surface. But of course, powering the station back on also means that all the Voth soldiers that have been locked out are coming to get us.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
We can take him.
Oh yeah, I can take him.
We can take him.
Oh.
So, one hilarious ability for me, given that we are actually isolated, is the tactical captain ability to call in ground troops.
Oh man, I should see if I can orbital chasing beam the Voth in this next encounter then.
Of course, I need to actually find that ability. Where is it? There it is. Security escort.
What are we going to do?
Yeah, so I just need to shake some sense into Dr. Cooper so we can get him to look into the station defenses.
Tuvok said that? Well,
Of which,
all right.
so you actually get an option once he gets this all taken care of. You actually get an option of how you want to handle with an upcoming Voth attack, and you actually get a different reward based on which way you go about it. And I am going to choose no support.
So did I.
I've done something.
So I'm gonna,
Support for pansies.
but
Also, it's really not that hard.
Instead of activating the defenses to assist you, I can reroute.
it mentions that
Okay, yeah. In fact, I was just able to successfully beam in some extra forces
amazing.
I'll wait here. You go on ahead.
out of nowhere.
Clearly they're holograms.
Sure, I'll buy that.
So yeah, so there's a different reward that you get for each one of those options, and
Yep.
you
And a different
accolade. And at the same time, if you get all three of the rewards, you can turn them in using the Lobby store to get basically a upgraded version of the reward that gives all the bonuses. And that's something like I'll show off what I mean once we get a little closer to
Set reward.
yeah. About halfway through this mission is when it will actually come in.
It's like
Yeah, is
2
when it will
months
actually
away.
come into effect.
If you've already
Yeah.
if you're killing them now.
Yeah, I'm
it's
just
like
fighting
2
the
months
commanders now.
Voth commanders are approaching.
away. Yeah, I like how the game actually. I'm guessing it's like probably really hard if you're doing this on like a level 10.
Yeah,
captain,
probably.
But for me, on my level 50 guy, it's
Yeah,
still
and like
easy,
I've
so-
also got a lot of high-end gear on this guy.
See, I don't even. I have like Mark 11s most.
Also, I like the ability loadout that Tuvok has, because he is ostensibly a tactical captain, but he has the nanoprobe infestation ability, which is a reactive heal, and normally a science power.
Well, he did know like the tech.
And once we get back to this room, the stealth sniper finally shows himself, and we get to beat him up.
Yeah, for me, spoiler: a dude got in the battle suit and tried to kill me with it, and I killed him back.
So it's the fact that there are some differences in the mission each time you do it is something that's really nice, especially since Cryptic does want you to do this mission 3 times to get everything.
I'm fine.
Yep, so here we are back in the this middle room, back in the room we started in, where if we follow what Dr. Cooper's saying and activate a shield before we open the door, we find out that
What you should do.
yeah, this is now
Because that's why.
there's just nothing but space out there. Space and a sun.
Here, all that is between us and our goal is the vacuum of
And
space.
none of our ships are around, so we can't just get beamed across.
captain successfully locked the Voth out of this area. However, there was an armed Voth battlesuit in the core. No response.
Because that would be too
According
easy.
to my readings, there is no method of direct.
Yeah, I can't get a hold of my ship for obvious reasons, so
Doctor,
we'll need another way to get across.
the other areas of the station.
We'll figure out something.
You know, it's
I have an idea.
I just
May not like it.
my cutscene here when Dr. Cooper runs in and lets us know how we're going to get across had a pretty great scene because the posture I've chosen for my captain is like the same as Tuvok's, so it's the thoughtful one. So the two of us started our animation to put our hands behind our back at the same time, and then I suddenly stopped and sort of put my hands downwards, almost like I realized that I was doing the same thing as Tuvok, and be like, "Oh, I probably shouldn't do that."
Make him feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run over, grab myself an EV suit here. These are also some real cool looking EV suits.
Of course not.
Like, these are like probably the nicest looking EV suits in the entire game. Which one did they give you for
The
Striker?
Striker, which is plus crit
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah, plus crit chance and
Plus
crit
crit
severity.
stuff.
Yeah. So you get one that is so based on your choices, you will get one that is plus all energy damage. That's if you choose to activate the beams in that room. If you choose to activate the swarmer defenses, you get one that gives you plus physical damage. And then if you choose to go without any support, you get this one which is plus crit.
Do you really need me?
And yeah, if you do the mission 3 times and get all 3 bonuses, then you can spend 50 Lobi to replace them with a special model version that gives all the bonuses at once.
The Federation Science Council. I'll file a formal complaint.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it actually is pretty nice.
I know.
Was it what, 50 Lobi you said?
Flying over a star?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So it's it's kind of cheap.
Mm-hmm.
All I can think about is how I'm going to burn to a crisp. Well,
I'll probably do that later, because I have all 3 on my other character.
Click here to activate
Yeah,
the
like I need to run this mission at least, well, once more on this captain once I'm done here, and then twice more on my Romulan. I will probably get the upgraded one on this guy. I may not get the upgraded one on my Romulan. So, this is the as you're flying outside, this is actually a pretty nice looking map as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you fly through the hallway that was blown up, you actually get an accolade for that.
So one thing I'm wondering,
Yeah?
how low can I go?
Probably not too low.
Blocking the entrance. It will be impossible for us to move it. There are 2 objects of interest. The first is the remains of a Voth.
So I need to...
Starting to shake. Let's head down toward that shield.
Yeah, so...
Oh, it doesn't kill you, you just kind of get to a point where you can't go any lower.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
Oh, strange.
I want to throw myself into a sun.
Yeah. Especially since, like, the way they're talking... So, like, the way Cooper describes these suits is that they're not actually meant to be used, like, the way we're using them.
Yeah.
They are sun resistant, but they are meant to be used in the shade of the sun. Right, so I am standing in front of for the guys that are watching. This is one of the Voth battle suits.
Yes, there's one of those, just kind of sitting around.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of amazed that it is surviving even in the quote unquote shade of the station.
They make it of the same stuff as the station, clearly.
Clearly.
I suggest flying a safe distance before activating the charges.
So set the mortar charges, and I'll just fly away because I don't want to blow myself up. And clear the debris.
Clear the debris with an explosion.
Yeah, the best
Rather
way.
pretty explosion, actually.
Yeah. I'll fly in, try to open the door, which will be locked.
Any ideas, Doctor?
There should be a manual release for the locks above us.
Locked door.
So we'll have to hit the manual locks while Tuvok waits here and gets the shield on the door ready so that we don't just vent all the atmosphere. You know, like that wouldn't be nice at all.
You could even say that would suck.
It would definitely suck. Something.
I thought you were going to get a week without an awful pun from me, didn't you?
No. Like, 'cause I
You know better?
Yeah, I know better. I mean, we can't even say that we went a week without one because you had one in the regular video.
Did I?
You should have.
Didn't I? I forget.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
The doors are open. Dr. Cooper and I will wait for you.
Oh, whatever.
Maybe I did.
Yeah,
I don't remember one, but if I did, it wasn't too painful.
yeah, clearly. Oh, there's Dr. Cooper waving at us. Or me, really.
Hi.
These suits are fried. I doubt they'll be much use anymore.
So, the way they try to justify why you should go back to your regular armor
Equip your body
is
now.
a little goofy. But yeah,
It has better stats.
yeah. Like he tries to justify it by saying that the EV suit has been fried, which would suggest that you will never be able to use it. And I don't know if they really should be saying that the EV suit provides no protection in combat, because it does seem to.
Something has closed
Um,
the doors. Most unsettling.
It's like they really should be saying it provides little,
Defenses are activated.
but I don't know. So this room also opens up to one of the other random things in this mission, where you can go to one of two different rooms on your way to the final location to shut down the jumping capability.
Do you know what you got yet?
Not yet. I'm just about. Oh, I've got the upper pathway.
Defenses activate.
Is that the sunroom?
Yeah, it should be.
The
So
sunroom's fun.
this I haven't done this room yet, and it is it is a room where the windows are
The shadows are
not doing too well.
measure of safety.
Yeah, the other path is you have to defend Cooper while he hacks something, and there's more of those sentries
Yeah.
swarming about. I like the sunroom better, it's prettier.
Yeah, this is actually kind of an interesting gimmick. We got a... Oh. Whoops. That...
Did you walk into the sunlight?
Well, I walked in the shadow, apparently far enough away from the...
Oh, yeah, that happened to me once too.
Yeah,
you have to stay
like-
right near it, even though the shadow progresses to the back of the room.
Yeah. How rude.
But you respawn like right there.
Yeah, it's not like it's a hassle or anything.
I don't think there's an accommodation for completing this without dying.
No, there
Maybe.
isn't.
The shields will hold. Our
Alright,
destination is ahead.
let's find through the sunroom. And now we're into the power room,
Down the room's shielding to access the
which
control
For one last puzzle.
which also has. Well, yeah, I think this room also has a little bit of random stuff in it as well, because I think which panels are active
Yeah.
is slightly randomized.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't really change how it's
No,
played.
yeah, it's played basically the same. And the annoying thing is, yeah, these power beams that turn on and off as you're trying to get across are also instant death.
Mm-hmm. See, those don't seem bad to me because I've played Mega Man 2 and Quick Man Stage,
Yeah.
where they don't stop. You just have to outrun them.
Good work. Reactivate the shields.
All right.
and we
So
can
I've
continue on.
fused the wiring, which should help us to disable the jumping. Now you can go over here and actually shut down the station.
There we go.
But wait,
But wait, there's more!
Moving nicely.
Doctor, I'm detecting something curious.
Yeah,
Energy
apparently
levels
the
rising at a
gateway that's right next to the station is being powered on as we are powering down the station.
This is not
Because it's kind of an emergency exit. Like if something happened to the station, then that gateway is supposed to turn on to allow people to get out.
jump protocols without activating the gateway as well.
Is there any way to override the protocol?
which is handy aside from the fact we don't want the gateways open
Yeah.
because, you know, they lead to things.
Yeah, like they lead to stuff that we don't really want them to lead to.
It seems we have little
Yeah.
choice.
So
Thoughts?
you're asked for your thoughts here, but there really isn't much of a choice. You can say no, we're not going to deactivate the jump capability because we don't want the gateway open. And if you
But then Tuvok
yeah,
just
like
does
if
it
you
anyway.
continue to insist on that path, Tuvok will just turn it off instead. Because turning off, disabling the Omega particles is significantly more important than one more gateway.
Which is
Yeah.
true. I mean, the gateway's bad, but doesn't involve the complete obliteration of the ability to travel in space for, you know,
Yeah, for hundreds of sectors.
a wide area.
Yeah.
Sorry. I wish I could have found a better way. I failed you both.
Do not dwell on this. If there was another option,
So
we
we'll
would have found it.
shut down the station.
One moment. We are being hailed. Tuvok here.
Chief Engineer Tarkram of the Dyson here, Admiral.
Oh, and finally, Tuvok's ship has arrived.
The opening of the gateway cleared up the ambient distortion.
Yay!
Do you need transport?
Yes, I want to get off this station now.
We are ready to depart.
Oh, but first we have one more thing.
Dyson, 3 to the
Can't get a lock. You need to get out of the hot.
Of course, while Tuvok and Cooper are all waving all over the place, I'm just sort of standing there stoically. Like, I don't know why you guys are all flapping about. There's nothing going on here.
Because you are the most
That's
stoic.
right.
We're going to die. We're going to die.
Now we need to run out back from whence we came. Although there's not really a time limit. Like it looks all dramatic, but you can take as long as you want. At least as far as I can tell, like there isn't a timer or anything.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lock on you, sir.
I'm
Just give the
not quite sure what race the Dyson's chief engineer is supposed to be.
Let me see if it says.
He just seems like a space dwarf.
I'm just. Well. Okay, this isn't working. There we go. Okay, so I actually can't.
He doesn't show.
Yeah, I can't actually mess with. He's not in my crew, so I can't
sounds
really see.
about right.
Chief Engineer Tarkram. The fleet and your ship are still engaged with the Vought. but
So
several
now
targets
we're at the interesting part of this mission where we get to fly the science destroyer ourselves.
Actions by clicking here.
Yes, and this mission is freaking hilarious. if you
Yeah,
use one of
it
the
is
other two
real
factions.
weird. So it makes sense for me right now because I'm a Federate captain. I should be flying a Federation starship. Like, especially Tuvok should be flying a Federation starship. But Cryptic designed this mission to show off each faction's science destroyer, which means that if you're flying this mission as a Klingon captain or as a Romulan captain, you're flying their specific factional science destroyer. Which means Tuvok apparently managed to get onto a mission where he was captaining a Romulan warbird or a Klingon bird of prey. So,
I'd buy it.
that's kind of weird. Alright, so the Science Destroyer's abilities. Actually, I'll talk about them a little bit once I get out of this one fight. But like its main ability, like I mentioned, I believe in last week's video, is it's like the 1000 Day Veteran Destroyer. Has the ability to change between two modes. So you can change between basically a science mode and a tactical mode. And when you're in science mode, it's just the normal stats. And if you go to tactical mode, you gain, you basically get more escort style stats, and it also replaces the Lieutenant Commander tactical bridge officer slot with a commander tactical bridge officer slot, and turning on tactical mode also deactivates basically the science vessel ability. So it deactivates sensor analysis, it deactivates subsystem targeting, and it downgrades your commander science, your commander bridge officer slot to a lieutenant commander. So if you look at my bar Tuvok slot here, you can actually see that his fourth ability is permanently grayed out right now. Even though I would normally be able to use this right now because it's just cannon scatter volley, I cannot activate it because that is the ability that is currently deactivated because I'm in science mode. Whereas if you look here to Velez, I've got feedback pulse, which is active, but if I change to tactical mode, that would become deactivated. Alright, just about done with this fight.
The other thing I want to mention is that have you transformed to tactical mode yet?
I haven't done that one yet. It does also have a physical change on the ship, which looks pretty cool.
And it's a lot more dramatic on the Federation one than it is on the Warbird.
Well, the Warbird one has the neat thing where the cannons pop forward. I really like that.
All that happens.
Okay, fair enough. But I just like how the cannons just sort of pop forward.
Yeah, but here it's like the cannons open up, the nacelles forward, the saucer opens up a bit.
The saucer closes.
Or closes a bit, rather.
Yeah.
But it's more dramatic.
Yeah,
I like how the Warbird looks better, but it's just
the Warbird.
I haven't seen the
Klingon one. The Klingon one looks okay. It's basically a Dysonized battle cruiser. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it looks pretty nice, but it's still just a battle cruiser. But I think all the science destroyers look pretty amazing, to be quite honest. In terms of I think the Romulan one looks the best from a pure looks perspective, but the Federation one still looks real nice. All right, so actually I'll enter the gateway and then I'll talk about the abilities of the science destroyer. Oh, also, what was on the other side of that gateway? It was another Dyson sphere. In fact, not just any Dyson sphere, it is actually the Dyson sphere from the Next Generation. Which apparently when...
The one where they found... the
one they found Scotty in. When the Dyson sphere that we were just in arrived at the edge of the Alpha Quadrant, it apparently warped into place, and when it warped into place, the previous Dyson sphere warped out, as if there was some rule where only one Dyson sphere can be in a quadrant at a time or something.
Well, it is a rule.
Oh, it apparently is now.
Yeah. Haven't you heard of that before?
No, I haven't.
There's zoning laws and shit.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, Dyson spheres are pretty big. You wouldn't really want too many of them.
It's like how you can't exist at the same place in time twice.
Yeah.
Or the universe crumbles. Yeah, ignoring how the multiple times we time travel in this game kind of disproved that.
Alright, so the USS Gold, which was just a ship here in the other Dyson Sphere, when it vanished, just doing research on it, has apparently been disabled, and the Voth Dreadnought is just sort of hanging out there. But anyway, now I'll go and look at the abilities of the Science Destroyer. When you do the mission, you will get the ability to get the deflector, the impulse, and the shields, all of which are real nice. The STO site has a dev blog up which talks about what the stats of them are. The warp core comes with the Science Destroyer that you get from doing the Reputation project, and from what they've been saying, I think that's the only way you'll be able to get it. It's either
That's what they're going with.
It's either the warp core. This is the only way you'll ever be able to get that warp core, or it's the only way you'll be able to get the deflector. So the secondary deflector, as people can see here on my screen, it does have some minor stats on it, but its big thing is that it basically gives a rider onto a number of science abilities. In this case, what happens is if I use Tachyon Beam, Charged Particle Burst, Energy Siphon, Tychon's Rift, or Viral Matrix, each time one of those abilities does its effect, it will drain a little bit of the target's shields and restore some of my shields, Starship flow capacitors, if I remember correctly, will also affect both of those. So the more of that stat I have, the more will drain and the more I will recover. And it also has a set bonus if you have all four. Okay, so the secondary deflector is part of a separate 4-piece set, and the 4-piece set that it works with is the 3 pieces that will come from the 3-pack of ships that will be released next month. You can't get these right now. You will only be able to get them by buying the C-Store variant. One of the abilities is the Protonic Shield Matrix, which basically gives you a absorb shield every few seconds for 20 seconds, which is actually pretty nice, and the effect that it has is really cool looking. The Shield Inversion Projector, which basically is a shield drain around you. And the last one is the Destabilized Proton Beam, which is basically a chain lightning, which is also pretty nice.
That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool, and yeah, its set bonuses are pretty nice. Bonus to proton damage, reduces the cooldown time on the abilities, and gives some bonus abilities to the powers. The regular set, the one that you can use just by running this mission, its set bonus is bonus to shield power, chance for your energy weapons to repair your hull for the damage that they deal, and a large, basically a very tanky shield proc that you can turn on. So it's some real neat abilities. And in fact, right now, before I go into this next engagement, I'm going to go into tactical mode, show that off. Yeah, so the nacelles move forward, the front hull closes down, and then you can see the cannons pop out. Because when you go into tactical mode, you also activate another cannon. So normally the ship would have only 3 forward and 3 rear weapons like a typical science vessel. When you go into tactical mode, you activate a pair of unique heavy proton cannons, which are only usable in tactical mode. And they're also permanently attached. You don't even see them on your inventory screen.
Yeah. So you'd have to probably let's just spec proton weapons if you can.
you actually can't really. Like there are abilities that you get that will boost proton damage, or not abilities, but there are some of the equipment sets surrounding the Dyson reputation will give bonuses to proton damage. But for the most part, if you want to boost the damage of that, you need to equip things that are plus cannon.
Another Dyson sphere? It's taken us 40 years.
And I
to study
think
this one.
I
The ship set course for
don't
the sealed
think
door
science destroyers
just
can equip
sitting there.
cannons either. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, I was mistaken. The heavy proton cannons are actually shown on your inventory. I was mistaken. I'd have to. I don't have a. Oh, actually, wait. I think I can. Just take a look at the dilithium store for cannons. Let's look at dual heavy cannons. Nope, the Science Destroyer cannot equip cannons, from the looks of things.
I have extensive experience with the Void. While they are arrogant,
Alright, so now that we're helping out the gold, and it looks like it's going to escape soon, I'll try to hail the Voth ship, who reacts kind of poorly. So whereabouts in the mission are you at the moment?
the Voth are moving towards the door.
Oh, okay.
Tuvok,
Your query will have to wait, Doctor. Shields are down and we...
you're not.
Cooper is not who he seems. That is
Okay.
also a really awkward looking transformation sequence they had.
Sorry, I had an issue with audio that I probably need to fix later, but anyway, I
Oh, dear.
technically just finished it,
Okay.
so I'm a bit ahead of you.
Yeah, I figured you were done by now because
Yeah.
I took a while to explain some stuff.
17 outside of the sphere are powering weapons. The mammalian ship is still disabled.
Arm all weapons. We will destroy the creatures and then return for the mammals.
Yeah. Anyway, I just finished it.
So I'm just about to engage the. Oh, something just blew up the Voth dreadnought in one shot.
Whoopsie.
Whoops.
I wonder what that was.
That was a unique looking beam.
We are in
I know.
We are deep
Hmm.
within the Delta Quadrant. Right where
So on a related note, hey, remember a few weeks ago when they said they were redoing the Undyne ships?
Yeah.
I wonder what happened with that.
I wonder what whatever came of that. Oh no, we are going to fight them right now.
Spoilers.
Well, it's not really spoilers because we just saw. First off, we just saw Cooper turn into an Undyne,
Finally, a worthy adversary for
and
True.
now here we've got. Now we got a few of them right in front of us looking for a fight.
Yep.
So just like Sphere of Influence, you do get unique bridge officers for this mission, and some of them do have unique abilities, which for the most part are just rehashes or upgraded versions of existing abilities. Like the chief engineer has an ability called Built to Last, which is basically a super engineering team. It actually shares cooldown with the other team abilities because one of the other guys has Science Team, and if you use Built to Last, then it locks out Science Team. Built to Last is really great. It is basically a spammable version of Miracle Worker. Tuvok has two unique abilities of his own. One of which is basically both spread abilities at once. It is beam, fire at will, and torpedo. The torpedo spread volley. And then he's got attack pattern Tuvok, which is basically like all the attack patterns in one.
Not as good as Worf.
No, Worf has probably some better abilities, or at least better named ones.
This ship can take it.
A good day to die.
Yeah.
You do not. They are extremely dangerous.
But here we're going to engage these, and we get some reinforcements. The flagship of the Romulan Republic decided to come and join us,
Yay!
which is good because like this is here we go. That's the chain lightning ability. That looks real nice.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite one that has.
Yeah, it's maybe unfortunate that it's tied to a C-store console, but
Probably why, because they need like people will be like, "Hey, this looks cool.
yeah,
We'll give them to spend money on it."
yeah, probably would. I mean, I'm probably going to buy. So they are going to be doing. I mentioned this. They are going to be doing a C-store variant of the Science Destroyers. There's going to be a 3-pack of each ship. So there's going to be a 3-pack of the Federation variant. There's going to be a 3-pack of the Romulan variant, and there's going to be a 3-pack of the Klingon variant.
Kind of hope they're not all $50.
I bet they,
Probably will.
I bet they will, which is a shame, but like that's normal, to be honest. So like I wouldn't expect them to do otherwise.
Yeah. I'll see what they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, before deciding whether I want to.
Oh,
'Cause by that point, they'll have the ship. I'm just
Yeah.
wondering how different they're going to be.
at the very least, they're going to be. It's probably going to be like plus 10% stats, and they. Cryptic has also said that they will have a 10th console slot. So they are going to be slightly better than the version that you get for doing this, but of course you're also paying money for it. So
Yeah.
also, not only do you get the Lizette here to help you, but if you are playing as a Federation captain or a Federation aligned Romulan, the Bortasku also shows up to help. If you're playing as a Klingon or a Klingon aligned Romulan, then it's the Enterprise instead.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the Romulans don't just have the, the Federation and the.
Well, so the dialogue that you get here in just a moment, I think having the Lizette show up regardless makes that make a lot more sense. And then having only one of the two variants, like only one of the two other flagships, also makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, also you could say those things.
Yeah, that is
I don't know.
technically true. So, I don't know. I, however, think it's kind of a nice touch.
Yeah, it is.
Right, so here, enhanced proton shielding. Oh, it also affects allies, which is kind of nice. But you can see like there's an extra shield bar that happens around the ship as it triggers, which is pretty nice. It's just a really nice looking effect. And it's kind of a pretty powerful ability. Like this ship is surprisingly tanky for a science vessel. Not only just a science vessel, but a science vessel escort hybrid. Like all of its unique stuff is boosting hit points and defense, which is really kind of cool.
Because it's the best.
It is pretty good. Alright, there we go.
Alright, I should probably apply those commendations to
Oh,
my
yeah, you probably
project.
should.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so the Romulan Republic wants to take command of the second Dyson Sphere, which really, even if we assume that they have the justification to do this, it's kind of weird that they would do that when the Federation's already been investigating it, so they were there first.
The Finder's
Yeah.
Keeper's Clause.
And then the captain of the Bortask is like, "Hey, all right, come on! Like, all this stuff is not honorable enough. I'm not fighting enough enemies." And so they want to try and take it by force.
That's a good idea.
So instead, Tuvok will try to appeal to everyone's sense of logic and try to keep the alliance in place.
He would do that.
The Romulan Republic will continue to take responsibility for areas within our jurisdiction. However, I will not be put in a position where I must choose between the Federation and the Klingon Empire. We have agreed.
Yeah.
Logical Vulcan.
In any case, so we have neutralized the the other Dyson Sphere's ability to jump, which is pretty good because we don't want it to be destroying subspace. But at the same time, we've also kind of opened a direct pathway for the Undyne to get from the Delta Quadrant into the Alpha Quadrant, which is not that great either. Yeah, we'll probably be fine. Things will probably be fine.
The sphere is under Federation control. This sphere is only accessible through an Alliance-controlled gateway.
Then perhaps it is time to end this alliance. This is neither the time nor the place for this.
Commander Jarak is correct. The Undine are a threat to us all. Now they have direct access to our space. I propose a summit. We must decide together what we must do to protect the Alpha Quadrant. Our disputes may need to be put aside in the face of a greater enemy. I volunteer to mediate these talks. Dr. Cooper.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be fun
Tuvok
anyway.
wants to take charge of these negotiations and repents for what has happened. And then this is to be continued, leaving everything at a cliffhanger.
Mr. Worf, fire.
But yeah, that is.
You need to get that music and play that over that too. The really epic.
I mean, I
You know the
probably have
music
to
I'm
look
talking
it up,
about.
but yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Look up that scene, but you would know the music. It's that music, man. So I'm pretty sure if you did a countdown of like 10 best cliffhangers that TV has ever done, that would at least be number, within top 3.
But anyway, so that is A Step Between Stars, the 5th anniversary mission. Also, we did the 5th anniversary
Yay!
events. Yeah. So
I mean 4th.
that's it. Well,
We're not in
yeah,
the future yet.
4th.
I mean, we are in the future,
the
but
4th
we're not
anniversary.
next year in the future.
So that is going to be
Yes.
it for us for this week. We'll thank everyone for watching once again, and we'll hope to see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.